Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho. We're back with another vlog. I haven't made a video in a while, so I feel like this is a good time. Last week I went to Akihabara. If you guys don't know, Akihabara is basically the anime fucking capital of the world. Basically, that's where all the weeaboos go to get their fucking anime shit and jack off in a circle jerk. But that's over exaggerating things. But anyways, like I said last week, I went to Akihabara. It was kind of like a last minute thing. Well, not really in the last minute. I was just like, I guess I'll go to Akihabara. So I just went. So I just fucking YOLO'd it. I'll talk about my trip later on, so this will be guaranteed a longer vlog, because I'll talk about my experiences there, what I thought of the place, and what had the shenanigans that went down when I went there. So, anyways, so like I said, went to Akihabara. I was just gonna show you guys the things I picked up first, just to give you a kind of an overarching perspective on like the money situation that I had. The Friday before, last Friday, not yesterday, but last Friday, before last Saturday, kind of redundant, but anyways, I hit the bank, took out some money, well, not some money, I took out 80,000 yen, which is approximately $800, right now with the current yen to dollar exchange ratio, it's more like a little bit under 800, like maybe 750 or something like that, but that's neither here or there. Basically, I took out 800 bucks, and guess what, how much I, came back with at the end of the day? 1,000 yen, which is $10. Whoop-de-doo. I'll explain that later too. But anyways, let's start off with what I picked up first of all. So, interestingly enough, Akihabara, there are some places where they hand out free magazines, like anime magazines, whatnot. It seems like they're just like, oh, not popular, publicity magazines, where they show you, oh, the upcoming animes, what you should be looking out for, what you might be interested in, whatnot. So I picked up something like this one, like this. Let me see if I can read the title. No, I can't, because that's the kanji symbol right there. The rest I can kind of read, I think. I don't know. Imeroi. I don't know. But anyways, that's one of the magazines right there. You can flip through this. This one's one of the safer magazines. Just yeah, if you guys if you flip through it, it's usually stuff like that. Yeah. Also, surprisingly enough, they also feature stuff like doujins. If you guys are familiar with the whole doujin field or stuff like that, then yeah, you'll be pleasantly surprised by this. So yeah, that's that. Toss that aside to my bed. Also, they have adult ones. I think I could show this because technically it doesn't show nipple, so it's not hentai. But it's kind of like, do I want to show this? I guess it will. Fuck it. So that one right there. Oh, you can't see your tits. So good. That's great. So things like that. They have adult visual novel / adult hentai shit. That, and they've also got something like this as well. It's like basically like a visual novel catalog. I think this is so character 2015, something like that. Yeah. So that's that. And my friend, protagonist, because he's really into visual novels and anime and shit like that, also asked me over Skype to pick him up a couple things for himself and something for his friend over at East Coast. So these are what I got. Basically, I got these for him. This is basically where the bulk of my money went into, as far as what I got from Akihabara. So he's gonna pay me back handsomely for this shit. So he asked for Soki Aki Muramasa. It's a visual novel. Kind of looks like this. If you guys are into the whole visual novel thing, that you guys may know what this is. I don't know, like that. And also, funny thing is, when I went to the place where I actually picked these up, the guy asked me, "Oh, do you want both of these?" So I was like, "Sure, I guess." So he just gave me both anyway. So yeah, I did have to pay for both of them though. But it's not that they actually asked me that oh, do you want both? So yeah. Also, they have me also, this is for my friend, protagonist. There you guys can see. That's that. I would show you guys a receipt, but I'm too lazy to take it out. Bloody Rondo as well. Most of these are eroges. In fact, they all should be eroges. This is the one that you guys might actually notice, because this is actually a pretty well-known visual novel. It's actually kind of like pretty old now, like 8 years old or something. Devil on G-string, Jisen no Mao. That one right there. This one, protagonist's friend wants, like a hard copy, so that's what I got it for him as well. So yeah, that's that. That's what I got for my friend. And For another friend of mine, I got, because that particular friend of mine likes Sword Art Online, this is a wall scroll. This is actually a really nice wall scroll, in my opinion, and it was only 30 bucks, whereas you would probably get this for like 40, 50, or maybe even 60 in the States. That's basically what the wall scroll looks like, that picture right there. If you guys can see. Yeah, and this is, I'd say, since it scrolls down here, it kind of goes from all the way up here, like down here. I don't know. You guys can't see that. But I picked up this wall scroll and this Asuna figure. Do I want to open the tape? Yeah, fuck it. We'll open the tape. It's not like we'll be keeping this in a bag for them anyway. So this one is a pretty cheap one. I literally got it for 1,500 yen or 2,400. I don't fucking know how much it was. The sticker says 1,500, but I think I paid 2,400 for it actually. But yeah, that's not one. Sword Art Online 2. The other one was Sword Art Online 2 actually. So that my friend doesn't like Sword Art Online 2 as much as he does Sword Art Online 1. But as much as I tried looking around to find SAO 1 Season 1 stuff, it seems like they're out of like fashion now since, you know, Sword Art Online 2 and shit like that. So oh well. But that's really the only thing I can get because fuck it, it's cheap. So yeah, I would have, if I had more money, I would definitely invest into something more high quality, but that's what I have for now. So yeah, there's that. And now for myself, so this is kind of interesting. I stumbled upon a shop. So if you guys don't know already, I'm pretty huge into Kantai collection. They had an anime. The first season of the anime just ended a couple weeks ago, like maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. So if you guys don't know what Kantai collection is, you can check out the anime, see for yourself what it is finally. But yeah, if you guys don't know already, I'm pretty huge into that. So basically what I bought were lots of things, actually. I'm not going to lie, there were a lot of things. First of all, I bought this cap right here. Right here. I already opened it. Ikosen Akagi. Or Akagi. Because I'm living in Japan now, I have to speak with a Japanese accent. And also, if I can get my bath towel, my fucking pants out of the way. There we go. I bought a raincoat. Now, initially, what I didn't know when I picked this up was that, this is basically what the raincoat looks like. I kind of want to zip it up, but nah. So the front basically looks like this. On the left breast, you've got the Destroyer Shigure, 1936. And on the back, it has the Shigure's Kai Ni art on the back. You guys can't see it very well. Can you see it now? Yeah, you guys should be able to see it pretty well. So yeah, that's basically what I bought. Initially when I bought this, like I said, I thought it was a light hoodie jacket, because that's what I asked the shop employee there who walked me around. And she spoke a little bit. She actually spoke a decent amount of English, so we spoke together in English and stuff like that. She described it as a light hoodie jacket, or I asked her if it was a light hoodie jacket. That's literally my words. She's like, yeah. It's you use it in the rain. So I didn't really think about the you use it in the rain part. So I thought, oh, it's just like a light hoodie jacket, like a Twitch jacket. But it turns out it's a raincoat, which initially I was like, oh. But then I realized, oh yeah, it's actually pretty good, because here in Osaka, it fucking rains like every other fucking day, so this is actually kind of useful, and I'm actually going to be able to use it for what it's intended for, unlike when I actually moved back to America, back to California in like June. I won't ever have to use it for what it's intended for, because it hardly rains over there. What they do. So yeah, I'm actually pretty glad that I bought that. It's a kick-ass light hoodie jacket, and I really like Shigure as a character, so hey. Well, it all works out. So yeah, that's what I bought, the cap and this rain jacket thing. But wait, that's not all. I've got a whole bag of this shit over here. So I bought 2 more Madoka keychains, cause Madoka, fuck yeah. There you go. I saw Demon Homar first, and I saw Goddess Madoka next to it. I was like, I'll grab both anyway. So there you go. They basically matched the keychains that I bought from ALA. I think last year, not this year, but last year. One over here on my backpack with Homer on it, and where's the other one? Mommy. So yeah, I'll probably hang these 2 keychains on some other zippers on my backpack because swag. So yeah, there you go. Where should I leave these? Probably put it back. Next, I bought a pen, which I still haven't opened. This is a fucking $6 pen. This is a fucking $6 pen just because it has a Kantai logo on it. There's tenure on it. I don't really like tenure too much. I prefer if there was someone else on it, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, a $6 fucking ballpoint pen. It better last me a long time and not explode on me. Rip off, but hey, fuck it, it's Akihabara, so whatever. I wonder if you guys can hear the radio outside. There's usually a couple cars that come around this neighborhood about like maybe a few times a week, and they call out to the neighborhood with their loudspeakers asking for like spare electronics. Sometimes they ask for waste newspapers and stuff like that because they like to recycle. You guys know the whole Japan being big on recycling things. Anyway, so this one I saw them also selling folding fans. I have one that I bought from Anime Expo of Saigoji Yuyuko's her fan design thing, a fan that has her design on it. So I bought this with fucking Poi Poi. You guys can see it right there. To match it. So yeah, another folding fan. Pretty soon I'll probably have a collection of folding fans just like wall scrolls. And my heater seems to be out of oil or kerosene, so better go fill that up real soon. And last two that I've got over here, or no, it's the last one. I bought a shirt. I still haven't opened it to see what it how it fits, but since we're in Japan, I bought it for large, so it's like may as well, right? So it's because in America I'm size medium, and so that it means that in here, Japan, generally speaking, you should upgrade one size, so large. So yeah, it's basically Aokihage no Arpeggio, or Arpeggio Blue Steel. It's you guys can see right there, hopefully. Right, I'm pretty sure you guys can see that. Basically, if you guys don't know, Aokihage no Arpeggio is another anime that is shockingly similar to Kantai Collection, but is a little bit unique in different ways. So, as if you guys, as you guys may know, if you guys are familiar with the relationship that Aokihage no Arpeggio has with Kantai Collection actually implemented characters from that from Aokihage no Arpeggio anime into their own game, which is pretty hilarious because those characters were actually really fucking good, from what I've heard. I haven't actually played Kantai Collection ever, like the game itself ever, but I'm still huge into it. It's kind of funny how that happens, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so I think that's all that I actually bought, and you might be thinking, well, that doesn't, the entire thing here wasn't 800 yen or 80,000 yen, right? Well, the thing is that the Shinkansen trains. Let me take off my fucking jacket here. It's getting a little bit hot. The Shinkansen trains are really fucking expensive, and that being said, I do remember talking with my friend Protagonist before going to Japan that it might be a good idea to invest in travel passes. Like I'm pretty sure, but as a foreigner, you can buy travel passes before you come to Japan, and you can pick them up like wherever. I don't really know where, but you can buy travel passes for trains. I'm not too sure if they apply for Shinkansen though, the bullet trains. But whichever case, when I went to the Shinkansen train station at Kyoto, because that's basically the most convenient place if you want to go straight from my area all the way to Tokyo without stopping. So yeah, we took the train. Me, my host mom, and her grandson, because my host mom is around 70 years old right now. The three of us took a local train up to Kyoto from Hiragata City up to Kyoto. And we hopped on, or they left me, or they bought my tickets. They helped me buy my tickets, and basically said bye to me as I took the Shinkansen by myself up to Tokyo, which is fucking frightening, but I managed to make it there. So the thing is that even with the student discount pass, it was still fucking 20,000 yen. That's $200, give or take. And for a one-way trip, I think. They said it was a round-way trip, or like a two-way round trip, but I'll get to that later, why I have a problem with that. So, anyways, so pay $200, a lot more expensive than I thought. I thought it was going to be 100, or $100, or 10,000 yen, but apparently not. It's fucking 20,000. Anyways, so buy my tickets, get on a bullet train, and zoop, go up there. And Shinkansen is actually really, really nice. They're kind of like airplanes. Like inside, they kind of remind you of airplanes because they have nice seats, all that jazz. But you're still in the bullet train. But anyways, you know, I hear that the countryside's really nice when the scenery's really nice when you ride on a bullet train. I fucking not passed the fuck out like an hour, half an hour into it, and I woke up like, where are we? Oh, we are now arriving in this train station before Tokyo. I was like, oh, that was fast. So yeah, I got there around 12:30, 1 o'clock ish. And yeah, uh, they gave me 2 tickets or 3 tickets. I don't remember, like 3 tickets or something. And I had a little bit of trouble like figuring out like what do I do to get out of the train station to get into Akihabara. But yeah, I would actually have a lot of photos that I took on my smartphone about showing you like the scenery in Akihabara and whatnot. So I'll probably upload that in a second video later. But yeah, it's the place is really 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 great. I mean, it's like anything that you wanted in an anime city, it's like it's there. You have giant posters of Hatsune Miku just fucking flying from the sides of buildings everywhere. It's a pretty interesting place. The thing is that I won't actually make this part about the Akihabara part too long. I don't think, but I do have a few criticisms about the place though. It's like it's really copy pasta. If you don't know what that means, basically Akihabara is filled with fucking arcades, bookstores, DVD/PC game shops or whatever. Like, it actually got to the point where like about an hour into my trip of walking around Akihabara, I was like, okay, I think I know the basic formula for this. So, yeah, basically, Akihabara, the main types of stores that occupy Akihabara are the arcades, both in the sense of, arcade video games and arcades where you put in coins to play the little crane drop thingy where you try to grab something or knock something off or something like that. Which, by the way, are ridiculously fucking hard, and they trick you into thinking they're easy when they're not. So, they're probably the biggest ripoff in the entire place. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm gonna call out Akihabara on that, or anywhere else for that matter. Those things are bullshit. But that could just be me just sucking dick at those kinds of things. I've seen people win at those, so I suppose I'm just either unlucky or just bad at the games. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, arcades are one of the most popular kinds of shops there. Another one, like I mentioned, is what is it called? The trading, the PC/DVD rental/buying places where you get things like this from. Those are basically all over the place too. So you probably can't miss any of them if you at least take the time to walk into one building at least. Also, you've got the book rental stores, the bookstores, and everything like that. They're everywhere. They are fucking everywhere. That and figurine shops, like the ones that I got right here, they are also pretty much fucking everywhere too. That being said, though, the shops do have their little unique nuances to them. Like, also the shops have something a little bit different, between themselves. Especially the figurine shops and the places where you get souvenirs. Those are the places that you probably want to go to look for things that you could buy as souvenirs. Or if you're looking for something like a product from a specific anime, you could probably look there. Akihabara probably has fucking anything that you could ask for. So, eventually, if you look hard enough and you look long enough, you will find what you're interested in buying. You'll find a couple things, like I did eventually. It took me 4 hours, but hey, I found it. So yeah, that it does have that going on for him. But if you're not in the mood, if you're not in the mood to or you don't have the time to really walk around and explore, I only had like 5 hours, and 5 hours is not a lot of time, to be honest. So yeah, if you're in that kind of a situation, then probably you'll notice right away that a lot of shops are pretty damn similar, and you won't really take the time to notice like the details and see which how they're different from one another. So Akihabara does have that bit of a problem. But if you do have the time to come back to the place like multiple times, like if you're staying in Tokyo, and you can hop on the train really easily and hop over there, if you know how to make get your way around the trains and whatnot in Tokyo, then you have a lot of time to check the place out, and you'll notice that Akihabara is a little bit less cookie cutter than it initially seems, but still it's pretty cookie cutter. So yeah, that and maid cafes are fucking everywhere too. It's pretty much stereotypical and stuff like that. So you can't have Akihabara the maid cafe city, Fuck, man. Oh, they even have pachinkos. If you guys don't know what pachinkos are, they had pachinkos are like kind of like casinos, but they're kind of like on a smaller scale than casinos in America or maybe in other places. Basically, it's it's a place where adults 18 and over go in, smoke cigarettes, drink beer. I don't know about the beer part, but definitely smoke cigarettes and sit in front of these relay things. I don't really know exactly what they are. I've never played it myself, but they just sit there and they play the pachinko slots. They're fucking everywhere. And in Akihabara, guess what? They're anime themed. So basically, all the slot machines in the freaking pachinko place are anime themed. In fact, there's one pachinko place that's right outside the Akihabara station, the train station, and it's Madoka themed, which I think my friend Protaz really like because he's really big into Madoka. So there you go. So yeah, it's pretty interesting how Akihabara does things a lot differently. So there's that. Let's see what else about the place. Oh right, so as I was heading back to the train station, because my time was being over and I had to go back to catch my Shinkansen train. There one of the peddler girls, that's what I call them. I'm pretty sure there's another name for them, but one of the peddler girls saw me with my bags. Like I'm carrying around a couple bags, and by the time I'm done and I'm coming back to the train station, and she calls out to me in Japanese, and I'm able to understand because I know at least a little bit by now, at least rudimentary Japanese. And she asks me if I'm interested in something, and to be polite, I say I make myself appear like I'm interested. So immediately she jumps on that chance, and she tells me like, "Oh, come here, kite," or something like that. I don't really know what the Japanese term for "come here" is, but she makes me follow her into another store that sells like paintings. Not gonna lie, the paintings are pretty nice, but the store, the employee who was there was like, would you like to buy this? Would you like to buy this? Like one of those Chinese, shop hagglers where they try to get you to buy something like that. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. And me personally, I fucking hate that. So I have my own reasons. I won't get into why I hate that, but I'm just letting you guys know I don't like that. I don't really appreciate that. So, but to be polite, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm okay on this. It's like I'm sorry. I don't have any more money. I'm sorry about that. And right before I leave, the shop employee makes a little puppy dog face. The whole, like, okay. Like, it kind of like to try to guilt trip you into buying something. And me personally, it doesn't work on me personally because I'm a fucking douchebag. And honestly, I like seeing people who bother me suffer. So that was kind of like a fuck you kind of moment. So that doesn't necessarily work on me. But obviously, I didn't show that to her because that's not polite. Even if what they were doing might not have been polite to me, it's like, well, just it happens. Deal with it. Just walk away. And what I should have done was, as soon as I saw the girl try to say, "Come here," I should have said, "No, I'm sorry." Like, that's fine. And should have just kept making my way to the train station. So just a little bit of advice: if you guys are going to Akihabara, just try to beware of the girls who are standing outside. They're almost always exclusively girls, because obviously the vast majority of the people who visit Akihabara are predominantly male. So that's why almost all the peddler girls are, or yeah, like I said, are girls. Peddler girl's a guy. Oh, there's something wrong with that, right? But yeah, there was a lot of them, especially in the back alleys. And don't think that I'm trying to make it sound all sleazy and shit like that. It's not. When I say back alleys, they're not like sleazy back alleys. They're really really crowded, and there are a lot of good shops back there. And in fact, that's where I got all these games from my friend Protagonist and his friends. But it just so happens that those are the places where there are a lot of these girls handing out flyers for advertisements for maid cafes, certain shops, like the one I got pulled into, and other things like that. And sometimes they even cosplay. And apparently, from what I've heard from one of my professors, is that typically speaking, they are kind of consentful. If you want to take a picture of them, they'll actually say yeah. If you want to tell them to do something, they might even say yes. You never know. It depends on the girl, and so that it's kind of interesting. But personally, I didn't really have a chance to do that. One of them actually was really nice because I was in this one intersection where I was kind of deciding on where to go. Like it was I had like about 2 hours left. It's before I bought all my contact goods, and I was looking around like, like where should I go now? I wasn't really lost. Like I knew my way around by this point, and I could reach the train station pretty easy, so I wasn't lost per se. But I guess I looked like I was kind of lost and I didn't really know where to go. So one of the peddler girls came up to me and asked me like, are you okay? Like in Japanese, like, are you okay? Like, are you lost? Do you need help? And I was like, oh, it's like no, it's fine. Like I'm okay. I'm just trying to decide where to go. Like I tried. I think I managed to get the point across that I wasn't lost per se, but just looking around. She's like, oh, okay, just checking. So not all of them are trying to extort you of your money. Some of them are actually decent people and are look to help people out. They look kind of. I mean, most Japanese people are, but as in any other country, you want to be a little bit careful. But typically speaking, in Japan, people are pretty helpful. So yeah, there's that going on for it. You can bank your chances. What else? Oh, right, the arcade. Oh God. Okay, so there's this one arcade. There's this one building that I went into, and it was a 6-floor building. And basically, it's basically an entire arcade building. First 2 floors are full of the crane grabbing things, like the prize machines. Play them, grab the things, and just like you guys get the point. I think I explained it before. But floors 3 to 6 are all arcades. And on the top floor, there's like a dart machine. It's more for adults because there's like a smoking lounge and you can play darts there. Have a drink, stuff like that, alcohol, booze, whatever. So there's that. But floors 3 to 6, anyways, are all arcades. If you guys don't know, in America, if you guys are American anyway, you guys probably know that arcades are not really a thing anymore in America. They were big in the 80s, they were big before the whole, the console revolution, or whatever the fuck that means, really became a big hit in America because, hey, we can all buy fucking consoles because we're fucking filthy rich Americans who are fat and eat burgers all day, have nothing better to do with our lives. So now that with the consoles, America's kind of deviated away from arcades, but Japan still holds on very, very tightly to its arcade tradition. Like I said, there's fucking arcades everywhere in Akihabara. It's pretty obvious. So, that being said, the arcades obviously are really fucking sophisticated. If you walk into the arcades, you will find any range of arcades. It depends on what arcade you go to as well. You will find different kinds of games there. The one I went to happened to have Street Fighter 2 to Super Turbo and fucking Third Strike. Like, those are pretty fucking old games, man, and they're still on arcade form. In fact, I think they had Metal Slug 3 and Metal Slug 4 on separate arcades too. So that's pretty fucking amazing. And in addition, they're really huge into fighting games. So they have fighting games like Street Fighter 4, fucking Dengeki G Fighting Climax, whatever the fighting game that features SAO characters and the other anime characters. The Fighting Climax. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you guys know. But they have that on head-to-head kind of setups where, unlike in American fighting game kind of styles where you have two people sitting next to each other in front of one TV screen, and over there in Japan they're more used to you have two stations, and the players are on opposite sides of each other, facing each other, but looking at their TV screens, and kind of playing out that way. So the arcades basically have that going on for you, so you can play the guy on the other side. So if that makes any sense, so that had that going on for it. They even had, like, the amount of games, the kind of games that they had on arcades was fucking mind-blowing. They have RPGs on fucking arcades. Like, what the hell? That was the first time I ever saw an RPG-style game in a fucking arcade-style setting. Like, this is some next level arcade meta shit. That's right here. It's pretty amazing what they've been able to do with arcades. But anyways, you guys probably get the point. I'll stop rambling on about arcades now. So those are pretty fucking amazing. They're yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Really cool, in fact. So yeah, I think that's about it for the Akihabara stuff. It was really interesting. I do want to go back. The only problem that I don't want, that I have, and that makes me not want to go back, is the fact that, like I said, the Shinkansen train fares are fucking expensive as shit. So, like I said, going to Akihabara was or $200 basically, 20,000 yen around. I think I paid 20,100 yen to go there. And so I was on the impression that I had bought my tickets for a two-way fare, but apparently when I checked my when I tried going back, like when I went to Akihabara station to go, to reach well, first I went back to Akihabara station, took the trains back to Tokyo station, I think. Oh, no. So back up here. So let me explain what happened. On my way back was a fucking nightmare. So, first mistake. Akihabara Station, I tried to take the exact same line back to Tokyo Station. I hop on this. I think I hop on what I think is the same train, and I count the number of stops on the way back. So, I'm thinking, yeah, I should be good. Except no, I end up fucking getting on the wrong station, and that's not Tokyo Station. In fact, I went the opposite way, in fact, when I thought I was going the right way. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So, I wasted like 20 minutes there, I think, trying to look around for my proper Shinkansen train number. So, when I realized, I asked around, and I was like, where is this train? And eventually, I realized that I was on the wrong station, and like the entire station was wrong. I wasn't supposed to be in that particular station. So I was like, shit, I gotta get the next train, and get over there as fast as I can. So, I head up back to the station where the trains are lining up. So, grab a train that I don't think I was supposed to be on, but I got on anyway, and thankfully no one checked my ticket number, and got off as soon as we hit Tokyo Station, and tried to get to the Shinkansen trains. Problem is that I came to Tokyo with 3 Shinkansen tickets. Problem is that I either lost one of them, or when I put the tickets inside the ticket receiver that you need to go through in order to get to another checkpoint, or outside, to get out of the station, that little terminal thing, the receiver machine, took one of the tickets on purpose. So, meaning that when I went back to Tokyo Station in order to try to board my train, I couldn't get on there. I couldn't get past the checkpoint to go into the Shinkansen train terminal because I was missing that last ticket, or I was missing like one or something like that, or something like one of the tickets that I had when I got from the ones that I got from Kyoto. So whether or not I lost it, or whether or not it got taken by the machine thingy, I don't know. Whatever the case, I had to go back and buy a replacement ticket, and that was I think it was 50,000 yen. Yeah, not 50,000, 5,000 yen. Yeah, 5,900 yen. I remember that exactly. So basically, I was left with literally 1,000 yen, $10. So when I withdrew my money on Friday, 80,000 yen, I thought, am I taking out too much? Turns out, No, I took out just enough apparently. So I bought that ticket, went to finally caught my train, which I was late for. So I couldn't really catch. Well, I think I could have caught it in time. They were cleaning the Shinkansen trains out to prepare it for the journey back to Kyoto. But they assigned me to another train anyway, so I was like, whatever. So got on the train, headed back. It's about a 2.5 hour train ride, so I basically fell asleep again because what else am I gonna do? And wake back up right as we were about to hit Kyoto, and get off on Kyoto Station. Follow the directions that my host family's I don't know if it's a daughter or the sister, or I don't know. But anyways, one of my host family members gave me a list of directions in English, thankfully, of where to go, like which stations to get to in order to get to the next place to go home. So just go through that, hop off on Kyoto, and take the local trains down to wherever. So this is where things go really really fucking wrong. In the morning when we were going up to Kyoto, I remember the train station or the train line that we took to come to Kyoto Station. So I was thinking, I'll just take the same train line to go back there and just count the number of stops. By the way, on the way back. So I stop and I get on the same exact train line and head back to ride it to head back to Hirakata City. What I didn't realize was that fucking I was supposed to get off on a station called Tanbabashi Station. I think Tanbabashi. Yeah, Tanbabashi Station. But because I didn't really understand what the directions meant, like I didn't understand that I was supposed to get off on Tanbaba Station, so I ended up going straight past it for 6 stations. And by the time I reached the 5th station, I was like, wait a minute, I don't think we're going the right way. So I asked it right as we stopped at the 5th train station. Or the 6th train station, I got out of the train, and thankfully because I was on the last boxcar or the train car, the last train car had a train conductor on the very end to make sure that people are getting in and whatnot, and let the train conductor at the very front know that okay, it's good, and no one else needs to come in, we're good to go. So I hopped out, asked him, do you know which way to Hirakata City? And he was like, oh, no, like, you went way past. Like, by his reaction, I could tell I done goofed, you done goofed. So he was like, oh, no, Tanbabashi Station. You get off on Tanbabashi Station. I was like, oh, fuck. I remember the announcer guy saying Tanbabashi Station. So I had to wait at that station, that random ass station, for about another 10 or 15 minutes until another train came by. By that point, it's like 9:30 at night, or 9:15 or something like that. And I was supposed to be back home by 9. That was the plan, but I was already 15 minutes over. So that's that. And had to take the train back all the way back to Tanbabashi Station. Again, 6 stations past and 6 stations back. And the bad thing about that part was that the local trains anyway, usually give you there's this radio announcer guy, the PA announcer guy, who says, we are now stopping at blah 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 station. Next station is blah 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 station. So the train going back to Tanbabashi Station, the radio announcer guy was fucking quiet. I couldn't hear him. I couldn't hear a damn thing. I was like, what did he say? What did he say? And so eventually I had to rely on, every time we stopped at a station, I had to look out and see the signboards that say which station that we're currently at. And I was like, okay, that one's that one. Is this that one? Okay. It's I think I remember that one. I think I remember the name. So finally we got back. We arrived at Tanbabashi Station. I barely managed to hear him say, we are now at Tanbabashi Station. And I was like, God, thank God. So we get off and get to hop onto another train line that takes me to Hirakata City, or technically speaking, the station called Kuzuha? Yeah, Kuzuha Station in Hirakata City. It's not necessarily Hirakata City itself, but it's like another place in the city. So it's over to Kuzuha City. Thankfully, the train roll wasn't that long. Hop off, get onto get out on Kusa Station and go to bus station or the bus stops. Now, the bus stops, I didn't really know exactly how to tell them apart. So when I first got to the bus stop that I was supposed to be at, or the one I was familiar with, I saw a bus coming, and I checked the number, and it said 6. So I checked pulled out my piece of paper to see which bus number I was supposed to get on. Is it 6 or 7? But by that point I'd forgotten, because I have fucking short-term memory loss, or I think I do anyway. That is like, what bus number was? So I walk around to look at the back where it says this bus number. So the bus driver on that bus thinks I'm not going to get on the bus, and as soon as it's driving away, I see bus number 6, which was one of the buses I could get on. So I was like, shit. So I had to wait another like 15 minutes for another bus to come around that I was supposed to get on to head back home. To board it, and then even then, I wasn't out of the running, because when we were going back, I got off at one station before the station that I was the bus stop that I was supposed to get off on, which isn't really a big deal. It's just like another 5 minutes walk, but it kind of pissed me off anyway, because I was supposed to get off on like Nagatani station bus stop, but I got off on like Shidehara or something like that. So that, and when I tried to get off, the bus fare is 220 yen, which is about $2, and when I tried to pay the bus fare, I accidentally put the 100 yen coins into like a little slot, a coin slot, where it changes your coins into smaller coins, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And the bus driver was like, no, in here, sir. I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. So that was really, really awkward. I felt like a dumbass as I was getting off, but I managed to get back at home somehow by myself in one piece, albeit like an hour and 10 minutes late. But hey, I got back home. Whatever. I'll pay any amount of money to get back home safely. Now that I know how to get back, I can hopefully get to Akihabara and come back without totally fucking up along the way. But yeah, that was my rough adventure to Akihabara. I blew somewhere around $750, and I'll probably get back around 300 because of all the shit that I bought for my friends, my friend and his friends. So yeah, I don't know. Was it worth? Probably. I mean, the experience to Akihabara was great and amazing, but the thing is that if you don't plan shit out beforehand, you'll end up like me and blow a lot more money than you were intending. So let this be a lesson to you. Whenever you're going to Akihabara, make sure to bring out either buttload of money or plan well. Either or, pick your poison. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I've been talking for 40 minutes now. I think I should stop.